Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the motherfucking pod. I am your host, President LightSkin in the building, bitches. This is Problematic LightSkin. I've done some changes. God damn, shut up. I've done some changes to the pod. We kind of just, made it spruce it up. See if we could just have a little fun. It's still a work in progress, but much love to everyone watching the pod and reporting the pod too. You know, last week was pretty crazy. So I had clips that came. So let's just address it real quick. So last week's pod, I think. This is episode 12, by the way. Last week's pod on episode 11. In the middle where I'm talking about Charlie Kirk, I had to like go in and re-edit. I removed everything that I said. I mean, I wouldn't really say anything crazy. I mean, yeah, I was quoting some songs and I was going in a little, I was going in about the bigotry. That was really what my main focus was, because a lot of his views were very bigoted, and it can really cause people harm and stuff like that. And I just was just addressing that, and I think I haven't confirmed it yet. I have a homie that works at a certain social media company. Um, and if you don't know, if you work at certain, if you ever get a chance to work at a social media company, you'll learn that the policies that they have in place can get changed if things happen. So when Charlie Kirk passed, um, I wouldn't be surprised that there was a phone call made to just kind of pull any content targeting Charlie Kirk, and I think that's maybe what my content was doing, because everything that I said, and I feel like there was nothing wrong. I had no problem saying it, but like I said, a lot of the clips were getting flagged, and so I just went ahead and just pulled the audio, and that's why like it's really hard to really talk about politics, because we're just in a really weird world, and we'll talk about that later when it comes to Jimmy Kimmel, because I think that has just been just so chaotic on its own, and I think it's something that we should definitely be talking about. But let's get into the pod. Like I said, this is episode 12 of Problematic Lightskin. Let's just look at the notes. There's been a lot that's been going on this week. It it is so crazy to me, like when you have all this news come out, like you just like I had like probably by like Tuesday I know what I'm gonna talk about. And then Tuesday comes, something drops, and it's like, okay, I have to restructure the pod. And then Wednesday comes, got to restructure the pod because something else drops. And then by time, usually I shoot on Thursday. This is a Friday that I'm shooting on, just because I've been just remodeling. So like there's been a lot of things coming, especially with the D4vd situation, David situation. I'm just gonna call him D4vd. But yeah, so let's get into it. This past weekend, also we lost our sponsors, by the way. After the whole Charlie Kirk situation, the sponsors decided to just pull out. So we no longer have Air as a sponsor, and we no longer have U-Turn as a sponsor. Right now, it's just me funding the pod, and I think that's what's more important. Like I'm no longer held back by these corporate companies. I can say what I want. I could do what I want. Anyways, let's get into it. So the first news story we have, Crawford versus Canelo. Crawford gets the dub in the fight. I didn't get a chance to see the whole fight. I was out and about. Well, actually, when I got home, the fight was still on. I was like, God damn. But Crawford did win. I knew Crawford was going to win. I had a certain investment into that win. I think this is great for Crawford. I mean, when you look into the story of Crawford, a man was shot in the head. His mama hired people to whoop his ass. I mean, he was destined to be a champion. I don't really know how else to put that. But yeah, definitely. I don't even know if I have a sound for that. Let me. Okay, well, that's definitely not the sound I want. But it's there. It's there. Let's see. No, okay. We'll just work. We'll just randomly. I set up a bunch of sound. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay, no.
Fatality.
Yeah, let's definitely use that one. So Canelo versus Crawford.
Fatality.
Crawford definitely got the dub, but also happening at that event. Let's just talk about Angel Reese. Holy shit. I mean, I've never looked at Angel Reese like, okay. But good God. Angel Reese was like a chocolate. Let me be respectful when I say it. A chocolate goodness, chocolate grace from God. I was like, my God, if she keep that up, I'm gonna have to lock her down. Shit. Anyways, yeah. So, uh, Crawford versus Canelo. Crawford wins. I think it was almost unanimous. I'm not too sure. I don't remember the scoring card, but it is what it is. Next up, we got Kai's Mafiathon. This is just more of like a shout out to Kai's Mafiathon. I like this. Kai's Mafiathon has been so insane, but not like anything. I don't really know. I just feel like I will say okay. My only gripe about Kai's Mafiathon is that he has all these celebrities on there, right? And to me, can his Mafiathon survive without the celebrities? You know what I'm saying? Like, can And I know that's what it's for or whatever. And I think of like what Phantom said. Like, Phantom don't really fuck with celebrities; they be on that weird shit. But I mean, like at some point, it's starting to feel like a celebrity talk show, right? It's like it's Kai going into late night. Is he going to be the new Jimmy Fallon? Because Jimmy Fallon used to always do that. Like he would always play these games with these. I mean, if anything, Kai is the same is a copy of what Jimmy Fallon is. They would play these crazy ass games, do all these crazy ass skits. I mean, I'm not knocking anything Kai's doing, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I think we see Kai evolving, and I don't think people realize that before your eyes. I mean, to the fact that you could have all the celebrities in there and still keep these motherfuckers entertained, and then keep your niggas in there at the same time. It's crazy. I saw a clip. John Legend was there, and like Kai. I mean, not Kai. Ray asked him. He was like, "Are you Asian?" He's he's like, "My mama is." He was like, "My wife is." He's like, "We just black. We come in all colors. We come in all different colors and shit." So yeah, shout out to Kai's Mafiathon. I mean, I want to see more from Kai though. I think Kai has surpassed the streaming shit. I think maybe I might be speaking out a little too soon. I don't know like what Kai is like. Can Kai hold his own comedy wise? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if Kai is structured like um if Kai has a structure like a TV show, can he be who he is? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the curious thing about it. You know, I don't know. I think maybe Kai streaming that's his lane, and maybe adding these elements is just best for him. Sometimes a lot of people go outside their lane. I like to think of like Kid Cudi's music catalog. Kid Cudi always takes this detour, but it's like it's like, bro, like we ain't really fucking with that. Like, just bring us back to the, what we know you for. And I understand artists want to do things differently, but and so that's what I think about with Kai is like, hey, if you stay in your lane, I mean, you'll do success, you'll do great. But like the moment you start to dip out of it, because I'll tell you right now, Kai is not a comedy genius. I would say Kai reacts to his elements that are around him. He amplifies the elements, which is fine. But I think by himself, it's like, okay. It's just a nigga with dreads on stream. Um, I've seen a lot more funnier streamers. Um, so yeah, so I'm really curious to see what Kai has in store for the future of things. I think the Mafiathons are good, but I think he can I don't even think he doesn't necessarily have to have a Mafiathon. I think he could just, you know, do a stream with a celebrity, have fun antics, and be done with that. So yeah, so shout out to Kai for the Mafiathon 3. Moving over to Dame Dame versus Charlamagne. Broke versus gay is what it seemed like this interview ended up being. Let's see if I have a sound for that. Yeah, sure. I'll go with that one. I'll go with that one. Um, sorry, and everything's so different because usually I work in front of a desk and I have everything there, but now everything's kind of like, you know, wherever. And so I'm still trying to figure it out. Even with the camera angle, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And sorry for if you're listening to the audio version of this. I'm just weirdly adjusting to my surroundings. I really don't know how things are right now. But Dame versus Charlamagne. I think there's two ways of looking at this Dame versus Charlamagne shit, right? I think if you don't like Charlamagne, everything Dame said was amazing. And if you don't like Dame, everything Charlamagne and Dame said was a waste of time. I mean, I don't understand why Charlamagne doesn't get the I mean, I understand why he doesn't get the respect, but I mean, I feel like Charlamagne is like is embedded into the culture, but not forcibly. Like, I mean, he's done a lot of things for the culture that's pretty crazy. And even outside of that, with his Black Effect podcast, I mean, like putting these black authors, making number one sellers under his label. I think he's done a lot for the community. I don't think a lot of people appreciate that. I mean, a lot of people don't appreciate anything anybody does. So there's that. But this Dame Charlemagne interview had to be the most dumbest fucking interview ever. And it's like Dame came on there to be this salesman, this used car salesman to try to sell you this idea that he is not a dumbass. And I think he just made it even worse. Well, the interview has gone to shit when the first question that's asked is answered with another question. Like, who does that in an interview? Like, what? And then like Dame was being the most childish I think I've ever seen. Like, oh, I'm being triggered. I'm being triggered. I'm being triggered. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you just don't want like I understand, like, you don't want to like like if you're trying to get a point across and you don't want someone to interrupt you, I understand that. But sometimes like Dame would say shit that just didn't make sense. It's like you have to like catch it right there because Dame would just keep talking. Dame just wanted to be up there and just like, hey, look at me, I'm Dame. Y'all remember me, right? Y'all remember what I did, right? Come on, look, everything I've done. Like, came on their line. So the biggest thing that came from that interview, to me at least, there's a moment where Dame is like, he's he's talking about Charlemagne and Envy's masculinity, and you can tell Envy's getting upset. Light skins, light skin power. But Envy's getting upset, and like he's like Charlemagne, I think you're gay. And Charlemagne has probably like the craziest response to that. He has everyone in the room. If you think Dame is broke, raise your hand. And him and Envy raise it. But if the way the camera cuts at the right time, you look at Lauren LaRosa kind of low key raises her hand, but she's like messing with her head. I was just like, hey, no one should be lifting their hands. If someone says everyone raise your hand, and that 5 minutes that everyone's raising their hand, no one should be putting their hand up. So just the funny fact that she did that, like no one else caught it. But I mean, maybe she wasn't raising her hand, but I was like, hey, it's on camera. But Dame is a used car salesman trying to sell you this car that he knows there's a potato in it, but there's a potato in it, but it's his job to sell you the idea there's no potato in this car. And I don't know. I just thought that shit just went off the rail. I just don't know what to say about that goddamn interview. I mean, but it was all Dame's fault. I mean, there was nothing, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dame got Charlamagne." Dame. I'm like, did y'all even watch the interview, bro? There's like that interview is like an hour and 30 minutes. I only could watch an hour of it. An hour of it was nonsense. It was just Dame seemed like he's just trying to stay relevant. Just I don't get it. Sometimes like our OGs like they stay too much into the limelight. Sometimes you just need to chill back and do your own shit and stay silent. And like Jay-Z don't really be doing shit. Jay-Z don't really pop out. I know there was some kind type of casino that was he was fighting for New York. And I know everyone likes to complain and say like casinos ruin cities or whatever. The city was already ruined. The city is already ruined. You adding a casino into the city doesn't do anything. Niggas was already doing that. Niggas was already ruining the city. But I would say it brings jobs and money to the city. I don't think a lot of people look at the aspect of it what a casino does. I mean, like you just think it brings all these bad people. No, it just brought all of them bad people out of the out of the shadows. They've been there. They always were there. All these niggas that be going to the casinos that that don't have a life, they was always there. The casino is just a place for them to go. They always been there. It never changed. Anyways, so yeah, that Dame Charlamagne interview was pretty fucking crazy. For some reason I can't. What the fuck is my mouse? So next up, I didn't add it to the notes, but we're just gonna go ahead and add it in here anyways. Cardi B. Oh, this has been a Cardi B week, especially with her dropping an album that I just listened to. I got some pretty good reviews coming for that Cardi B album. I got it on the album episode that I'm about to drop. It might be today or it might be next week. I think I'm almost done. I think I think there's one more album I need to review, but other than that, it's ready to go. So yeah, Cardi B. This is Cardi B's week. Cardi B just announced a tour. She just announced she's having a baby with Stephon Diggs. She just dropped an album. I will say, and I'm gonna say this as respectfully as possible about Cardi B. Cardi B must got some fire ass pussy. I don't know. Hold on, let me drop a clues bomb. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong sound. These are the wrong sounds.
Okay, please don't fuck this up. That's a great moment.
Damn, that should be going loud.
Fatality.
No.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay, I don't. Maybe I didn't make a sound. Maybe I didn't make a sound for it, but I just literally went through my whole sound pad. I just did it minutes before I started the pod. Anyways, actually, we could probably use this one.
Fatality.
No, not that one. No. Okay. So yeah. So okay, let me get back to the point. All right. So Cardi B, much respect to her. She's beautiful. Oh, but the pussy deadly. Like she be racking up baby daddy bods now. She can officially confirm she got 2 baby dads. Cardi B pussy got to be so good. Like it would like wreck a marriage. Like, or maybe like cause a World War III. Like it got to because I mean, like you got like you and excuse me, you and Stephon Diggs just started dating, and you already got this man already got you pregnant. That mean that shit. Ugh. Anyways, but yeah, so Cardi B is now pregnant. Now she did just announce a tour, so what I'm assuming she's maybe 5 months pregnant. That's what I'm thinking because she said like the baby's supposed to come around January, maybe December or January before her tour starts. I don't think that tour at all is happening for Cardi B. I can't imagine that she has that baby and is like, "Oh, I'm ready to go on tour." Like that would be insane. I've like most women who have a baby take 6 months off of work. Like just cuz like, "Hey, hold up," But I think with Cardi cuz I just realized like she hasn't dropped an album in like 7 years. So I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know if that tour is going. I was thinking about going. I might pull up to that tour because I would like to see Cardi shake some ass in person. And maybe this is like post baby weight. Yeah, maybe it might make it a little thicker. Like, let me stop being a goon. I'm gooning. But yeah, so Cardi B announced a tour, baby with Stephon Diggs, and then this album, she is like shooting shots at people. She just had an interview with the Breakfast Club today or yesterday, talking about like some chick some female rapper that she had beef with. They squashed the beef and then she went in to go fuck Offset. I don't know what the fuck, bro. Offset is just like Offset is just a nigga. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how you have a baddie like Cardi. Now I understand if you got issues with her and shit, and I understand that. Like, you kind of like be separate from each other, but like it seemed like he was fucking around in the relationship, and I'm just like, bro, you got her. Like Cardi, she funny, she look good, ass. Like I would be happy. I don't understand like what's going on with Offset over there. Starting to be like Future. Maybe his idol is Future. He's like, I want to be like Future, and we all know Future's fucking issues. Anyways, but yeah, so Cardi B is going on tour. Just dropped the album, which I think is pretty. It's a pretty good album, especially for her second album, by the way. So moving into some crazy news. D4vd, D4vd, David. This is a singer. Look, this whole situation has been fucking insane. It all started with a Tesla going missing. And off the bat, I know I don't want I wanted to kind of go over everything real quick, but I just want to say, okay, we'll just come we'll just come back to it because there's just so many things where I'm just like, All right, so this all started. David's Tesla went missing and reported missing, but I guess when they found the vehicle, here a report. So the vehicle was found with a body in it, decomposed body. I guess there was a smell on it. People were like, oh hell no. It was towed, and I guess the smell was just bad, so they found a decomposing body in it. So that's how we all found out about this, right? But then we found out David reported the car stolen, maybe I think a week or two, maybe it was sometime, it was like a good amount of time that he reported this car stolen. And so things started to come out that, which I don't even know how you even like how this even came out, because if the body was decomposing, like how'd you, well anyway, so it started to come out the person in the car that was found in the car had the same tattoo David had on his middle finger. It's like shh, it's like SHHHH, shh. And that was also on the victim's hand as well. So things started to just not, clearly there's a huge motive here. And so now, so so at first it just, there was all this information coming out about David and about sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get all the information right. About, things, he was with this girl, the girl who was potentially probably found in the back car was the missing girl that had been missing for over a year. I think her name was Celine, Celeste, something like that. Very, very pretty young girl. Like I think she was 13 years old. It is sad. So all these stories started to come out. There's been pictures of him and her together. Mind you, I think she's still missing. Or she had been missing for a year or so. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what to say what's true. But what we do have confirmed is that I think the police have started an investigation on David. They actually just arrested him. For a while, it just seemed like, are y'all not? This nigga is on tour. Y'all not getting this motherfucker? Well, anyways, so he was just in a car chase with the police. They blew out a couple of his tires. Like it was chaotic. Boy was on the run. I guess he thought he was gonna get away with it. And then a lot of people have been listening to the music he's been playing, and then I mean the music that he has. And then I guess someone saw him on tour, and I guess it's low key admitted that he killed her, like without, because like people were comparing the lyrics to what he says versus what he said at the show, and I just think this whole situation has been insane. First of all, fuck David. We will no longer call him David. We will only call him D4vd, because he does not deserve to have a name. And this is probably like the one time D4vd is probably one time I'm cool with the police arresting a black man. That's probably the only one time because this motherfucker deserves to be in jail. Like this whole situation. Now, I don't know if there's still it's still no confirmation if he killed her, right? I mean, the evidence is clearly there, but there's still not any evidence that he killed her. So you can't really say that he killed her. But then again, there's he was fucking escaping from the police, and only someone who's guilty really does that. So I'm just probably gonna retract what I said because, like I said, we can't because I've always seen so many murder mysteries, and there's always been like a motive because of somebody else. Somebody else did something for somebody, like maybe the manager, maybe she was pregnant and the manager's like, oh, this is gonna ruin his career. I gotta get rid of it's like I think of like so many murder mystery shows that I've seen, like where we thought someone was the suspect and then it ended up not being. So it's like I'm always gonna play devil's advocate, but I mean the nigga did nigga tried to escape from the police is insane. D4vd doesn't get no respect from me. His song is now removed from my playlist. Like, I know a lot of people don't know what a lot of songs mean. We just always hear them. But once you now have context for the song, like I think of like R. Kelly's Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Like, once we now have context, right? Oh, we should probably just stop listening to the song. And then I'm okay with that. All day yesterday, I was singing it. Excuse me. All day yesterday, I was singing that one song he's really known for. I can't even think of it. And then like now I can't even remember the lyrics. Cause I think my mind has like shut off away from it. And it's just like, hold on. I'm a little parched. No, you fuck it. We're almost done with the pod. But yeah, so this whole D4vd situation, lock D4vd up. This whole situation is disgusting. I feel sorry for that young girl. Like, not to even like get a chance to really live her life. It's like just it was taken away. And you know who else I want arrested? I want everyone who was a part of it. Any streamer that knew this bitch. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to call her. Any streamer that knew this young woman. Any streamer that ever, because I saw that there were streamers that have met her. Like she's been on people's streams. Anybody who paid money to keep this shit silent. I want all these niggas arrested. Everybody a part of her being. Nope, that's a
Fatality.
Shit, not that one. Fuck. Everyone a part of her dying. Everyone. There's a lot of people involved with it. I don't care about D4vd. He's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get. But there are a lot of people behind this whole situation that need to be arrested too, because one, not only did you greenlight the Pedro shit, right? I don't know how old he is, but I'm seeing that it don't even fucking matter. The fact that she got kidnapped, like you could have talked to her moms, my dog. Like, maybe her moms would have been cool with it, Like in the state of Texas, like consent, the age of consent is 17. But if you were like in high school with this person, like when you turn 18 and stuff, I think it's still okay. But then there's also the aspect of you can talk to the parents. And I think like if you really love someone, if you really like them a lot, I don't know how old he is. I looked up online what his age was. It says this, but then like there's been words of like how old he actually is. I mean, he look really young. I mean, I don't really know how old he is, so I can't really say if anything is like some Pedro shit. And yet again, these are allegations. So until we can confirm how old he actually is, because when he gets, I had to look up the booking because when he gets booked, they'll be able to like know his age and shit. But I mean, even just her being 12, bro, 12 years old is like all that shit surpasses. It's like I don't know. There's like a girl that age is so easy to manipulate. And even a boy at that age, because it's like we're young. Like I remember when I was young, like you always look to your elders, like they had advice, they had the information, and it's like, imagine it's something like I think of like my second grade teacher. My second grade teacher was beautiful. I was stunning. I was like, I think that was like the first time I sexually was active, like became sexually active. Second grade, by the way. I was like, man, I don't know what. Like, I just want to like kiss her and shit like that because I thought she was beautiful. And honestly, if she would have like tempted me in any way, I would have been with it. Because like at a young age, you're not even thinking about all this other shit. Like people can get in trouble, and you're not even thinking about. You're just thinking about yourself, your sense of love, your sense of heart, your how you feel, and like when you're young, that's all you think. Like it's like, oh, how do I feel? Like, will this make me happy? It's things like that. And so when you're young, you can be easily manipulated. And for her, it's like, man, maybe this guy that I because I guess he was like on a Fortnite team or whatever. I'm not sure if she was saw him streaming or whatnot, but maybe she liked him, and then maybe she really liked his music. Oh, he makes beautiful music, and then she got a way to talk to him, and now he's talking to her, and she's happy in the world. So it's that sense of manipulation that happens, and it's a little worrisome, and it's like, and it's just I really feel like the parents now need to check on their kids because this is a new age of parents. Like my parents didn't have to worry about me being online, and so like it wasn't until like I was already maybe like 12 and 13 by time like things like MySpace and Facebook came out, like the internet was. But now you have all these avenues of contacting people: Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all this. Like these kids are growing up into this era of like easy forms of communication. And I think the new age of parents, if you're giving your kid an iPad or a tablet or anything like that, you need to be checking these niggas shit because bro, these Snapchats and all these messages and all these ways that people that can contact you. I think of Instagram the main thing. Like you could be talking, there could be like someone commenting on your Instagram, and you go to look at their page. I mean, you don't see an age. It's not like it's not like a dating profile. You go to like you see some things on their page and you like it, and then boom, you're talking to somebody that is either 30 years older than you or 30 years younger than you. You don't know. You don't know until you actually message them and stuff, right? I've had people message me and ask like I remember I had this one shorty hit me up on my other socials, and then she was like, she was talking to me. I clearly we were flirting, right? And then she was trying to see how old I was, and I was like, I just told her like, I don't know what I told her. I think I told her I was younger than what I was. I guess because like for me, I didn't want to like, I don't know. I just always feel like someone's trying to hack me. Like maybe they're trying to figure out my birth date and shit. So I don't know. So I just told her like I was just like a couple years older, actually older. Yeah, it was older. I told her. So like for my age now, and I said I was like 5 years older than that. And she was like, "Oh, well, you really look like you're this age and shit." And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, appreciate that." But yeah, it was just more of just like for me, I just always feel like people asking me security questions. I'm like, chill the fuck out. They'll try to rob me. Uh but yeah, so this whole situation has been kind of chaotic. Um Not kind of chaotic. It has been chaotic. I'm sorry. I had to say kind of, but yeah, so RIP to the dead. Much love to oh girl, like sorry that she couldn't live the life she wanted to because this monster D4vd took that from her. So we're gonna try to clear this up real quick. Let me remove something odd because we still got a lot more shit to talk about. All right. So next up, we're just gonna do a brief. We're just gonna talk about it briefly because I don't even want to deal with the shit after what I dealt with last week. But Jimmy Kimmel got canceled. I saw what he said. I just really don't think that's compared to what the right has been saying. Like 'cause before they even found out who the shooter was, it was speculated that the shooter was a leftist, somebody who's a Democrat that took the shot or whatever. So that was what Republicans were saying, right? And they were blaming the Democrats. And then now with everything coming out that this kid was seemed like his family was more right wing. He was Christian nationalist, or he was like a Mormon, one of the two. Jimmy Kimmel came out and said some things about the kid, referring him to be a part of MAGA, all that. So ABC went and pulled Jimmy Kimmel's show, which yet again, I don't think it was anything crazy than what the Republicans were saying. I didn't see anything crazy. But come to find out, there's a merger with the major companies that own these companies like Disney and stuff like that. They're going through a merger, and I guess the fear was that the merger would get blocked due to the FCC being under Trump, and like the FCC has been having these mandates that are if you want to get your companies merged, things you can't mention DEI. Like I remember the Verizon deal that they had with some company that they just bought again. There was like you can't have DEI mentioned in your in your company, or the FCC would just deny the merger. So on the company aspect, they were just like, okay, let's get rid of Jimmy. He's being problematic. We need to get rid of him. To be honest, Jimmy Kimmel hasn't been funny to me in a long time. Like Man Show, Jimmy Kimmel to me is the funniest. I mean, just because it was like the raunchy aspect of like comedy, right? Scripted comedy. Him and Adam Carolla. I think of those shows a lot. Like you have to think of like the times that we're in. Like motherfuckers didn't give a fuck. Everybody was problematic. But Jimmy has now honestly became like this this liberal like warrior. I remember his comments he said about vaccinated people. Oh, if you're not vaccinated, you shouldn't, get the healthcare treatment. I don't know. Jimmy's kind of been on this weird tangent rant. I think he became too woke. And but I don't think it's a reason to shut his show down. It's like that's the whole point of free speech, so we can talk about the shit, like where we don't have, you can say things about our government and not have to worry about the like repercussions, like unlike other countries. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. I'm gonna stop talking about the Jimmy Kimmel stuff because I want to make sure that I keep the pod up. I don't want nothing getting flagged or anything again. So because free speech, it only works for certain people. All right, so this just broke today. Stephen A just dropped his top 5 wrestlers. So Stephen A just dropped his top 5 wrestlers. This is my reaction to it. It's a shit list. I understand what Stephen A is trying to trigger motherfuckers. I get it with the Goldberg being number 1. Okay, let's go over it real quick, right? So it's Road Warriors at number 5. The Rock at 4, Hulk Hogan at 3, Ric Flair at 2, and then Goldberg at 1. Goldberg at 1 is clearly rage baiting. Ain't no fucking way Goldberg is number 1 in anybody's list. I wouldn't even say top 10. Goldberg was designed to be a wrecking machine, right? Which is crazy because Goldberg's size, when you look at Goldberg's size back when he was in WCW, I mean, he had the athletic, power. Like, there was no reason that you needed to make him undefeated. Goldberg could have took some losses, but he would have been fine. Goldberg was a fucking monster. Like, you could sell that without even making him undefeated. Like, I don't understand how he couldn't, like, technically get I think of, like, Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir. Brock Lesnar, this big ass nigga. Frank Mir, this small ass nigga. Frank Mir broke that nigga. He broke his leg, right? He broke his leg. So it shows you the David versus Goliath shit is real. And I think Goldberg would have benefited from that if he would have ever lost the match to like someone smaller than him because they were faster, right? Yes, Goldberg has the power, but someone else had but Goldberg was designed to win and to look dominant. To me, Goldberg was never like Goldberg was just like, some like a popcorn match. Like, I wouldn't even say you would need popcorn. It was like, oh, this shit gonna end real quick. I don't know, like, but I know Stephen A is just rage baiting. I'm accepting the rage bait. All right, Stephen A, I accept your rage bait. I'm here. And you know, honestly, Stephen A could just been like, yo, I like Goldberg, you know. But no one in the right mind would ever put Goldberg in their top 10. I would never put Goldberg in my top 10. My top 5, I wouldn't even put Hogan in my top 5. I never liked Hogan. I didn't like how Hulk Hogan looked. I was just like, I hated that handlebar mustache. I was just like, I just hated everything about it. Come on, brother. Shut up, brother. But I do like Ric Flair. If anything, Ric Flair would be my number one. Like, Ric Flair is the GOAT, will always continue to be the GOAT. Somebody I wish that would just kind of disappear for a while, because like I feel like every time he comes on social media, it's just, but I mean, like, hey, as long as he ain't dropping the N-word, we good. So I mean, Ric Flair always gonna be my number one. I mean, for me, but I grew up in a different era of wrestling, right? My era of wrestling was like the early attitude era, like pushing the ruthless aggression, early attitude era. So like, you know, for me, my fives, you know, I think Ric Flair is my one. He's the GOAT. He's the most trendsetter. Like he like woo, like you hear him in rap songs. Like Ric Flair is just energy is like what you want. Jet stealing, limousine riding, son of a gun. Woo! It's like, bro, Rick was him, bro. And everyone say like Rick was like a copy of can't remember his name. It's been a minute, but that it don't even matter because Rick is him, bro. Rick is him. Charlotte, not so much. But I think if Charlotte was a misogynistic woman, that would be lit. That would be hilarious. Like she just like grabbing men by the crotch and shit. Like, you mine, like get over here, boy. Like that would be so, to me, it'd be funny because it'd just be like the polar opposite of like, she's obviously the polar opposite of what Rick is, right? But if Charlotte would have kept the same energy, like she was, you know, she had a lot of men around her. She got, you know, I mean, she catching that divorce, you know, tally with Rick, but yeah, so Rick is definitely in my number one. But yeah, Stephen A with the rage baiting. Somebody, because a lot of people don't realize like, a lot how it's being reported is that Stephen A dropped his top 5 wrestlers, right? And people don't know the context unless you look at the ESPN clip, right? But Stephen A knows what he's doing, and Stephen A has a huge a huge hate online. So I think this is only triggering a lot of people right now. So but yeah, so that's it on that. All right, let's talk about we're gonna wrap up the pod. So we got week 2 recap of the NFL season. I was 13-3 for week 2. All right. A couple of those picks were personal picks, which I knew there was going to be a different outcome to it. But let's talk about a couple recaps. We had 2 kick returns back to back from the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. I mean, they were back to back plays. I was like, Miami did their run back at a 72-yard. And then the Patriots did a run back at, I think, like 90-something yards. So I think that was fucking insane. That was hilarious. It wasn't like these were different. These were like back to back. Like the Patriots were ready to come back on the field after the Miami just did that 72-yard run back. And like Patriots just boom. And it's like, nah, don't worry. Stay, you know, tell the QB to stay off the field. I got this. That shit was hilarious. And then also I want to talk about that Dallas and Giants game. There's so much to that because they both are trash teams. All right. Dallas has continued to show they ain't going to be able to handle, like, the only way for them to get a dub is maybe going against a trash team, but I still feel like they are just, I'm just waiting to see them go against a really good team. Right now, like, well, they went against the Eagles. That was understandable why it was so tight. I mean, it's your rival teams, right? They kind of know your playbook. They know how you play, everything, right? So going into this Giants game, and everyone kept talking about Russ. Russ will give you a good game here and there, but it's, you know, because you make him work for it. So they still suck. Dallas won, thank God. But So yeah, 13-3. So this week I got my handy dandy notebook. We're gonna look over this week's who I got winning. All right, so I had to get the notepad. So we're gonna do this really quick. So week 3, we're gonna do my week 3 picks. I got my notepad right here. All right, so at the time of filming this is Friday, so the Bills have already won, which was expected. The odds on that was insane. But all right, so these were my picks regardless. So week 3, I got Bills winning, Vikings, Jaguars, Colts, Patriots, Green Bay, Eagles, Tampa Bay, Commanders, Falcons, Chargers, Seahawks, Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, and Detroit Lions. This was a hard week. This was a really hard week because there's a lot of those games I would definitely change. And I'm not going to use my heart when going against that Steelers and Patriots game. I want my Steelers to win, but I just don't have no faith in them this season. And the Patriots have always been known to whoop our ass. So I was kind of like, that Eagles-Rams game, that's going to be one to watch. I could see the Eagles losing. I had to look back at what the Rams have been doing. I haven't seen a Rams. Of all the teams I don't look at, it's definitely a Rams game. I definitely don't be giving a fuck about the Rams game until it comes down to it. The other one that was really interesting was that Vikings and Bengals game. Joe Burrow is out. JJ McCarthy, I don't really have no faith in him as a quarterback. I don't know. Like, this week is just really weird. I can really see Chicago beating the Dallas Cowboys. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I don't know. And I saw someone saying that the Giants might beat Kansas City. That would be interesting to see. So, week 3 is very interesting. So yeah, those were my picks for week 3. Make sure you guys go check that out. I'll put it on the screen as well so you guys can see. But yeah, that is it for the pod. I'm working on the area. I'm working on the background. Make sure it look good. So, but that's it for the pod. This is Problematic LightSkin. I'm your host, President LightSkin. This is episode 12. Make sure you guys shoot me a follow. Make sure to everyone who's listening, much love to y'all. Thank y'all for watching all the clips and shit. And thank you for reporting my clips as well. But yeah, that's it for the pod. Bye.
Fatality.
Damn it, wrong one.